Hi, Chris. Thanks for taking my call earlier. My name, again, is Christian, and I get a bunch of new business for moving companies all across the South. And in this video, I'm going to show you what I do, how I do it, and how you can do it for yourselves. I'm going to show you how Google views your website and how many people Google is sending to you on a monthly basis. I'll show you one of your top competitors online and show you the potential that there is for Google to send you a bunch more business and really turbo drive your business. So let's get into it. This is your website. Google's going to come onto your website and read through the information and see what it's all about. That way they know when somebody jumps on their phone and Google's movers in Houston, for example, they know which websites to put to the top of the search results. And ideally, you want to be on the first page of Google, hopefully up in the top 3 results. You're going to see most of those searches are going to click through onto your website. So the content of your website really is the most important thing. Right now, the suggested amount of words you want to have on your home page is between 1,500 and 2,000 words. And of course, I ran a count on your site. It looks like you guys have 931 on your home page, which is pretty good. One of your top competitors is katymovers.com, just to give you an example, and they're running 462 words. But ideally, you want to get that word count up to the 1,500 to 2,000 word count. But the other important thing is what you include in those words, in that content. So I took your website and I threw it into our search engine optimization, our SEO software, which is called Ahrefs. You can see here, this is your website. And I want to show you a few things. So keywords is basically, like I said, it's a Google search term or phrase, right? So when somebody jumps on to Google and they're searching for moving companies in Cyprus or in Katy or Houston, when they Google that term that they entered into Google is called a keyword. So Google is recognizing on your website 10 keywords, and as a result of those 10 keywords, Google is sending you 82 people, give or take, on average per month to your website. And if we click here, we can see which keywords or search phrases Google is recognizing. So you've got treasure moving, and let me kind of show you how this works. So that keyword there, treasure moving, is being searched in the volume column approximately 100 times per month. And you're getting 54 users from Google every single month based on that keyword. And you are in the first position in the Google search results when somebody Googles treasure moving. So you have treasure moving company, all of these brand specific keywords, which is great. So you have brand recognition, but I'm going to show you something else here. If you take a look at Katy Movers, for example, they're being seen for 141 keywords. They're getting 630 people a month to their site from Google. But notice what kind of keywords. We call these buyer intent keywords. It's when you have a service, such as moving company, and it's tied into a specific city or location. So, of course, they're focusing on Katy, but you can take a look at the volume here. You've got 700, there's approximately 3,000 searches just for Katy for moving services. And these buyer intent keywords are so important because when somebody is Googling Katy, Texas movers, they are looking to spend money and hire a moving company. So you really want to target those keywords that have the buyer intent. And again, it's the product or service combined with a location. And I can tell you, I've done the research in the greater Houston area. There's 38,000 monthly searches for all of the different cities and all of the different moving types of services when you factor in some of the specialty things like pianos and safes and pool tables. There's a huge amount of potential. And there's no reason why you couldn't, in the next 90 to 120 days, have an extra 500 visitors to your website, and not from people Googling your company name, but just using these buyer intent keywords. So back to your site, you want to definitely get your content up to 1,500 to 2,000 words on your home page and incorporate those buyer intent keywords into it. The other thing we can take a peek at is if you right-click and save your images, that's what it's called, WhatsApp image, etc., etc. You need to rename every single image on your website to those keywords we just talked about so that you rank higher in Google. So that covers content. If we take a look at an actual Google search for Katy Movers, just to continue on with that example, This section here beside the little map is called the Google Map Pack. And the 3 websites or companies that show up here are going to get a ton of people that have Googled Katy Movers are going to click through to these websites. So you want to rank high in the Google Map Pack section of the Google search results as well as the organic listings. So the way you do that, one of the main tools for ranking high in the Google Map Pack is through citations. And a citation is essentially where your business name, address, and phone number are listed in online directories like Yellow Pages and Yelp. So the research tool that we have for this is whitespark.ca. And you can see that you guys have 18 citations. So you're listed in 18 online directories. The top one that I found so far is Roadrunner at 97. So what you want to do is you want to actually get out there and have 125 to 150 citations so that you're well ahead of the competition, and that's going to help you rank up in the Google Map Pack. I'm going to show you one more thing, Chris. There's something called backlinks. So here we are back at your website. And just to explain, a backlink is where a third-party website, and they need to be quality websites, not spammy websites, but when a third-party quality website is linking or pointing back to your website, that is called a backlink. And Google views that the more backlinks that you have kind of as a popularity contest. It shows that your website, the more you have, the more it's going to view you as the authority and as a trustworthy website. So you currently have 46 backlinks from 22 different websites. And Katy Movers has 64 from 40 different websites. And I can tell you from the other research that I've done, the upper end is kind of in around the 150 to 200 mark. So that would be the other thing. Get your backlinks up to 300, 400, and from like 100 different websites. And that's going to make a huge difference in your rankings with Google. So just in summary, get your content up to that 1,500 to 2,000 words, rename all your images on your site, and get your backlinks and citations up, and you should see a big difference. Now, we find that a lot of business owners are too busy running their business in order to do these things, or they just don't have the know-how. And obviously, there's a bunch of other tips and tricks and things that we can do. But again, there is no reason that within the next 3 to 4 months we couldn't have several hundred more people coming onto your website from buyer intent keywords and turning into a bunch of new business for you. So if this is something you'd like to discuss further with us, our website is digitaltechmarketing.com. This is the phone number to call, 832-284-6688, and you can ask for Christian. Thanks for your time today, Chris. I hope you have a good one.